We are doing a short yin practice. If you checked out the little description I gave last night on yin, um, basically there's three big principles, and that is we hold the poses longer. So typically anywhere from 2 to 7 minutes, but we'll be doing shorter today because it's a shorter practice. So maybe 90 seconds to 2 minutes. We'll see. We'll get in a few poses, obviously, because of that longer time. And also, you want to find your comfortable edge in your pose or shape. So as with any practice, you never want to have pain, but you want to just find an appropriate intensity for you, for your body, for something that you can handle. And so take a few moments to fidget around when you start to come into a shape, being gentle with yourself. And then once you've taken those, did I say a few minutes? Take a few seconds because we'll be in the pose. Take that first beginning to fidget around, and then once you've found a spot where you think you can be comfortable, try to find some stillness and begin to really breathe. As always, lengthening and deepening those inhales and exhales. So in finding stillness, you want to really allow that exhale to help you kind of settle in to the shape and to be able to be still for the remainder of that time that we're holding it for. So finding your comfortable edge, finding stillness, your breath, and holding for time. So those are the three big things with yin. So we do, or we will today at least, stay close to the ground. No props are required. However, if you need something to support your body, please feel free to always have something. If you don't have blocks, bolsters, you can use pillows, books, whatever you may need. So, okay, let's get started. So right away, we are coming into a butterfly seated position, soles of feet touching, and your choice if you want those feet a little bit closer to the body or a little bit further away. And we are right away coming into a forward fold. So you might not be super warm yet, and that's okay. It's actually recommended to do a yin practice with cold muscles. So taking an inhale, and as you exhale, allow that chin to come toward the chest, and then begin to gently start to round forward. So I'm going to bring my feet closer to my body so that I can take my forearms to the earth, palms face up. If you can't do this yet, right now, you can always, again, prop yourself up. You can use something to place on your forehead if it's too much for your neck or head. You can always be more up on your hands with the forearms on the calves. So again, you may not be folding very deeply right now, and that's okay. You're just trying to allow your spine, your neck, your head to naturally start to release and fall. And then after a few breaths, a few moments, you may discover that gravity allows your body to drop a bit further. And again, it may not be super comfortable to start with if you aren't haven't moved around a lot yet this morning. But begin to settle in. You can close your eyes if you'd like. So I have my palms face up just to kind of remind myself not to hold on to, like to use any force by holding on to anything. Again, we just want this to be a natural fold.
breathe, taking those inhales and exhales through the nose. And typically when we do longer classes where we are holding for a longer period of time, I will also stop talking so much. Really allowing all of us to have some silence through the poses to give us that quiet time to focus on the breath. I'll attempt that this morning. And gently start to press yourself back up. I think that went really fast. You may not. So again, when we come into and out of these poses, especially out of these poses, really be gentle with yourself and come out slowly. Allow the head to be the last to rise. Take a breath here. We are coming right into pigeon. So you, of course, have options. You can either keep that right leg where it is as you shift onto that right hip, begin to slide that left leg back, and then use your hands to sort of scooch forward. So that right shin can be, it can be parallel to the top of the mat, or mine is more, my knee is pointing forward toward the top with my foot in toward my body. That right foot is at the left side of the mat, but it's in towards my body. And then use those left toes to scooch that left leg back. If coming into this front-facing pigeon isn't working for you, you can come onto your back, come into your reclined pigeon with your left foot on the earth, right ankle crossed over the top of the left thigh. If you're in front-facing, press up onto your hands, find some length in the spine, and then begin to walk your hands forward as you fold forward. So you can rest your forehead on the earth, or you can stack your hands or fists to rest your forehead. If you are on your back, you can hug that left leg in. So taking that right arm between the space in the legs, interlacing those fingers around that left shin or thigh. Notice if you have any tension in the neck, shoulders that you can release as you breathe, and find this outer right hip stretch. So finding where you can be semi-comfortable and breathe. Gently start to press yourself back up. So we are simply switching sides. If you are on your back, you can release those legs and switch sides. If you're coming front facing, lean onto that right hip as you bring that left leg back around. And then bending that left leg, lean onto that left hip as you slide that right leg behind you. So left leg is bent in front of you. And you may notice that you are in like a different position on this side, so that left shin may be more parallel to the top, or it may be even more bent closer to the body. Use those right toes to scooch that right leg back, press up onto your hands to find some length in the spine, and then gently begin to walk your hands forward, releasing onto the earth. Again, forehead can be on the earth, stacked hands, fists, a block, pillows, and breathe. If you're you're on your back, you have that left foot crossed over, left ankle over the top of the right thigh. Maybe you're hugging that right leg in. And again, notice if you can release any tension through the neck, shoulders by using the breath. Gently begin to press yourself back up if you are forward facing. We're coming on right onto our backs. So if you do need to take any movement, you can come into a table, circle those hips, or you can bring that right leg back around. Maybe take both feet to the earth, and you can sort of windshield your knees back and forth, knees toward the sky, feet on the earth, just for a moment. And then begin to take yourself all the way down onto your back. So if you're already on your back, you are good. We're going to extend that left leg out long, hug that right knee in towards the chest, and take a twist. So left hand to the outside of the right thigh. That right arm can come to a T with the palm face down if that works for you. Gently start to carry that right leg across the left, so you're slightly rolling up onto that left hip. Try to keep that right shoulder grounded. And you can keep that right leg bent here. Or if you'd like, you can start to straighten it a little bit. I'm keeping my left hand just on my right thigh. If you want, you can take your gaze toward the right, or you can keep the head and collarbone towards the sky. Again, maybe closing the eyes here. So for me this morning, it feels as if we are moving into and out of these poses pretty quickly, but it could be because I'm talking, and it could be because I am used to holding them longer for the yin practices. But again, even 90 seconds to 2 minutes is a pretty long time for holding a specific shape or pose. So just giving you a little bit of a taste of yin. And begin to come back through center. And we'll switch sides. So extend that right leg long. Bring that left knee in towards the chest as you take that right hand to the outer left thigh. Left arm can come to a T as you begin to guide that left leg across the body, rolling up onto that right hip. So again, trying to keep that left shoulder grounded. Left knee can stay bent. You can take it a little bit more straight if you'd like. The gaze, the collarbone can stay towards the sky or gently turning towards the left. As you breathe deeply and fully, relaxing into this twist. Gently start to come back through center. If you'd like to bring those knees in towards the chest, both knees, you can give yourself a hug. Maybe gently rock side to side on the spine. You can circle the knees in one direction to roll that low back out on the earth and then go in the other direction. And then begin to set up for your final resting pose, Shavasana. Extending those legs long on your mat or your space. So I'm taking my feet, my legs as wide as the mat. Arms can be at your sides, palms up, or you can take the arms a little further away from the body, 45-degree angle, or even a T. Closing the eyes. Maybe gently rock the head side to side for a moment. You can roll the shoulders underneath you. So again, just taking a moment to fidget and find some comfort. And beginning to release any residual tension that's left in your body. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out. Softening through the temples. Separating the teeth and unclenching the jaw. Take a swallow to soften the throat and the neck. Relaxing the shoulders all the way down the arms to the fingertips. The belly and the chest are soft as they rise and fall with the natural breath. Relaxing the low back, the glutes, all the way down the legs to the toe tips. With each exhale, allow yourself to sink a bit deeper into the earth, to sink a bit deeper into stillness and relaxation. So if you have the time, feel free to stay here for as long as you can. 2, 5, 7 more minutes. If you are ready to move on, you can start to deepen the breath as you wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring some small movement by wiggling, rounding, rolling your wrists and ankles. Maybe you reach the arms up overhead for a full body stretch. And then begin to bring those knees in towards the chest as you roll onto your favorite side, just for a moment before pressing yourself up into a comfortable seated position, trying to keep the eyes closed. Taking another moment here, deep breath, connecting with the breath, with the body. And we'll inhale our arms up overhead and exhale, hands to heart center. Today, as you go forward, may you have compassion in your thoughts. May you have kindness in your words and actions. And may you have love and peace in your hearts. Namaste.